A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a dramatic turn of events, former U.S. Representative George Santos has been sentenced to 87 months in federal prison after pleading guilty to wire fraud and aggravated identity theft. The sentencing took place on a solemn Friday morning in a New York federal court, where Santos appeared before U.S. District Judge Joanna Seibert. The judge imposed the maximum sentence allowed, following a series of fraudulent schemes that misled voters and donors during his campaign for Congress in 2022. A tearful Santos expressed his regret, stating, "My conduct betrayed my supporters and the institutions I swore to uphold." In a moment of vulnerability, he struggled to articulate his remorse, saying, "I undermined the faith in the very institutions I swore to uphold. I cannot rewrite the past, but I can control the road ahead." Despite his emotional plea, Santos faced a harsh reality as Judge Seibert highlighted the gravity of his actions, noting the impact of his deceit on public trust. Santos, 36, was convicted of wire fraud and aggravated identity theft, facing a potential sentence ranging from 75 to 87 months, including a mandatory minimum of 2 years for the identity theft charge. Arriving at the courthouse, Santos did not engage with reporters, and his attorney, Andrew Mansilla, painted a picture of a flawed individual shaped by a difficult upbringing. "Everyone hates George Santos," Mansilla argued, emphasizing that Santos is not merely the caricature drawn by the media. However, prosecutors countered that Santos had shown little remorse and had engaged in a pattern of deceit that undermined the integrity of the electoral process. Assistant U.S. Attorney Ryan Harris criticized Santos for his repeated lies and lack of accountability, stating, "He has committed crime after crime after crime." Judge Seibert echoed this sentiment, expressing disbelief at Santos's refusal to take full responsibility for his actions. "It's incredible that he did not stop with the lies," she remarked. Before delivering the sentence, Seibert acknowledged Santos's potential to contribute positively to society but reminded him that words have consequences. As the sentence was announced, Santos covered his face with his hands, visibly shaken by the outcome. He was not immediately taken into custody but will report to prison at a later date. In a pre-sentencing court filing, federal prosecutors had requested the maximum sentence, labeling Santos's conduct as a brazen web of deceit that defrauded both donors and voters. They pointed to Santos's recent social media activity as evidence of his lack of remorse, highlighting an April post where he defiantly stated, "No matter how hard the DOJ comes for me, they are mad because they will never break my spirit." Santos, however, insisted in a letter to the judge that he has accepted full responsibility for his crimes, expressing frustration at the Justice Department's sentencing recommendations. He argued that he could be both profoundly sorry and outraged by what he perceived as an excessive punishment. Santos attempted to draw comparisons to other political figures who received lighter sentences for similar offenses, seeking leniency in his case. Prosecutors alleged that Santos, alongside his former campaign treasurer Nancy Marks, falsified Federal Election Commission filings, inflating fundraising totals to qualify for the National Republican Congressional Committee's Young Guns program. Marks has since pleaded guilty to conspiracy charges and awaits sentencing. Santos's political career came crashing down after a series of revelations about his fabrications, including false claims about his education, work history, and even personal background. He was expelled from Congress in December 2023, a consequence of the mounting allegations against him. The fallout from Santos's actions has resonated deeply within the community he once represented. Members of the Concerned Citizens of New York, 03, an organization formed in response to Santos's actions, expressed their discontent outside the courthouse, with one member stating, "He has betrayed the public trust." As Santos prepares to serve his sentence, the repercussions of his deceitful actions continue to reverberate, serving as a cautionary tale about the importance of integrity in public office. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.